A or B? Do you like A or B better?
B is a little harder to go to because unless you're running incog, they usually have a thermal sitting in mid-street or the red truck. I personally like A because you can get in there fast, but it's also a very hottie place, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, it seems like always the quick plant is at A, and the more slow, you know, you're going to throw some smokes down, maybe a couple trophy systems, get a couple picks off B, and then plant, because if you don't, your bomb planter is pretty much dead.
Yeah, left out in the open, pretty much dry.
Exactly. Now, Jake does get taken out right off the bat, as well as LXT. Josh is in there with the knife. But, oh my goodness, so it's going to be Vintage and Josh going up against Burns Off, Machilla, and Revan. So we got to be careful because they can hear us. We're sitting really close to them.
Oh, I guess that's really true.
Yeah, so we don't want to shout it out. That's why I'm talking a little quieter, but I'm still going to get excited. So,
oh, yeah.
You know, when it happens, it happens. But Josh being very patient, they are 2v3, so he can't afford to drop a bomb or drop the bomb by that. But he pushes up and he does drop the bomb, leaving Vintage all by himself. But it looks like Vintage was able to get a kill right there. He has that sniper. He's going to have to pick up an Empire. He runs into somebody. Oh, and he gets sat down.
I think personally as the Josh, he took that bomb way too far in the open and just left it there for his teammate to have to go get, which was a risky thing.
And look at Burns Off. Sneaky little spot. Sneaky Beaver him. Able to sit him down. So now it is going to be Egirl Slayers. That's such a weird name. Egirl Slayers that are planting. We got Burns Off 2-0 as well as Next 2-1. So they're going to be going B side also. Why is it that we see so many teams go B?
You could set. I think personally, you can get set up better. You could cover B all, like you have post office to cover. You have loading. You can also watch 10 all at the same time.
All right, and we do see a trophy system go down, and Burns Off is going to get the plant. Let's go ahead and watch. Who was it that pulled up? Was it Nex? Nex just went down, so he must have pushed up a little too far. I'm going to watch Revan, who's in the post office. He's going to be kind of watching that side. One of the players from Orbit does go down, so it is another 2v3 situation. Is actually all four go down for Orbit.
Orbit over here, what they're doing wrong is they don't have any flanks at all. They have three guys that are going for B-bomb. They're all pushing the same exact direction.
Well, they had a flank for a second, and I think that was LXT, but he went down because of the sneaky spot that I believe it was Nex had. I'm not sure, but Orbit, do you think that, they are going to go beat one more time? To me, I'd love to see an A push.
Oh, I'd like to see what Orbit can do in A. I'd like to also see what the Egirl Slayers can do at A, because not many teams can successfully pull off the A push every time.
No, and it seems like not a lot of teams can pull off the B push every time either. I mean, once you start going the same way, it gets repetitive, and your enemy will figure out what you're doing.
I definitely agree with that. And A is just, like I said, it's a lot easier to hide, post up in corners. You always got to check everything, but then you get flanked at the same time.
Yeah, it's all up to strategy. You got to choose when to pick your battles and choose when to do what. But again, Jake pushing up with the bomb, and he sits one player down, so that time it worked. I am not a fan of the bomb going up. I believe Turbo said it earlier. In CSGO, if you push the bomb up, that's like the last thing you want to do, is leave it somewhere where the enemy knows where it is and where you might have a hard time getting it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think personally the slowest player on your team should have bomb. Unless you're going for a rush plant, but at the same time, you get those players that are so impatient. They're in their spawn next thing you know.
Well, if the slowest player on the team has it, then I'm carrying the bomb every time. And one more time, I don't know what just happened. Oh, the time ran out. Oh, no, it didn't. I don't know what happened. That's what I get. I was casting with you. I got lost. But it does look like Orbit picked up the round there. The bomb went down. The bomb exploded. That's what happened.
Ah, okay.
All right, so we're going to start off with Burns Off and company, and it looks like Nex grabbed the bomb this time. It's typically been Burns Off. I'm going to watch Nex to see what he does with the bomb. Now, he's going in a dangerous place. I don't know if he realizes that he has the bomb, but he is going to pick up a kill. He's going to have to watch his backside, though, as, the knife missed, but he's still able to get it, but he has dropped the bomb in a very bad place.
Taking the bomb by yourself is pretty dang risky, I think so, because like I said, but Burns wasn't too far off from getting that back into his possession, flanking back over to B.
Well, I have to think that maybe Nex didn't know he had the bomb, or just was like, oh, I picked up the bomb, I'm just going to go this way anyways. But Burns off, he's going to be rotating around 4-1-1 with that plant. He's doing a great job.
I agree. I've definitely pulled up before. I picked up bomb and I'm running into their spawn rushing. My teammates are all yelling. No idea what's going on.
Now Jake, he's in a 1v3 situation. His teammates have all died. He's going to be pushing up with his MTAR. So dangerous. Do you think he'll try a ninja defuse? Or no, he'll go for a kill. But he gets sat down as well. Right now, it seems like the Egirl Slayers are in full control.
Well, like I was looking at the mini-map right there, they had the perfect setup. They had one loading, one in post, and one flanking from behind. That bomb wasn't getting defused, I don't think so.
No, and they set up perfectly, and it does seem like that this game is all about setting up. Your positions, you don't stay in the same spot every time, but again, it's Orbit who's going to be pushing B.
Like I said, I'd like to see a nice A push, but these teams are so set on going to B. Let's see what Orbit can finally do here.
And I want to watch Jake because he, one more time, has the bomb. And see, they're playing it a little slower. Jake's taking his time. He's going to be watching that middle section, make sure nobody comes around. And now he's going to be pushing up. I haven't seen them use too many smokes. Like I've seen, who was it, Josh throw a smoke and then push up with the bomb. But this time it's going to be Jake playing it a lot slower.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they get a right setup off the beginning, but it seems like they seem to fall apart when one person dies. They start to panic, which, I mean, it happens, but they need to come back from that.
Next has gone down for the Egirl Slayers, as well as Jake goes down. He drops the bomb, not able to get the plant off, so it's going to be LXT and Vintage who have to fight it off. They are down now 2-3, so they did have a one-man advantage, but dropped 2 really quick.
And it looks like the Egirl Slayers have someone coming back, white truck. See what they can do there.
Well, let's see who that is. It's not Revan. Revan has that sniper out, but no,
Chilla.
Alexity is the last one up. He's going to get shot from the front. Goodness gracious. They get eliminated. So, good. That's 2 in a row, I believe, for the Egirl Slayer. They are now up, is it 4-1, or is it, yeah, 4-1.
And like my Twitter follower said, Burns off and Revan, the duo, 4-1, 4-1. Revan's pretty scary with that sniper in S&D.
He is. They are going to push B one more time, like we said earlier. We'd like to see an A-bomb push. I like it just because it's so quick, so intense.
And I think going for the quick plant, which actually paid off. Oh, I thought Burns was going to get that double.
I thought he was too. He knew exactly where he was, but I didn't see who from Orbit picked it up, but now it's going to be Revan and Nex left. Make that Nex. He's all alone. He's circled around the whole side of the map. He's going to have to come up really slow and be calculated in this 1v3 situation.
Oh, let's see what he can do. Is he going to turn around on him? Nah. Then he gets shot through the 10.
Okay, so a map up for Orbit. Hopefully they're building a comeback. That'd be pretty awesome to see, as they are already down 1 map, and now it's 4-2. We've seen crazier comebacks in Search and Destroy especially.
There's nothing greater than tied up 5-5. You could be eliminated from the tournament in this round. That's on the edge of your seat right there. Your blood's pumping. You're ready to go.
Vintage has been carrying his team so far. He is 7-4. He has the Vector. What do you think about the Vector?
I personally online don't like the Vector because I don't really think it does as much. But as I've seen it on land from a couple of pro teams and this team, the Vector is pretty dang good.
Yeah, it seems to be so versatile. I'm with you. I'm not really a big fan of it, but I pretty much suck with every gun, so it's okay. Vintage, he's going to be taking this, really slow, and I like how Vintage and Josh are stacked up on each other. Let's go ahead and see Jake, as it looks like they're playing it slow as well, just pushing through. They're going to have to get a pick or two before they plant the bomb, I reckon.
I'm guessing so too, and the only thing I would be scared of if I was Burns' team and all that is that rotate around the backside, as they have no one at A.
Yeah, there's nobody watching A for the Egirl Slayers as well. But one thing I like from the setup of Orbit is they have all their bases covered. The only thing is if Egirl Slayers are going down, if they would have pushed up really hard on that side, they probably could have taken them out, but it's going to be Revan. 1v3 situation again. Orbit mounting a good comeback. Let's see if he can get a pick. He cannot connect. He's going to have to reverse field. try to come at a different angle so that they don't expect it, but he sits him down. Revan pulling it out. He gets the sniper out. Can he get a kill? Let's see what he can do as he switches back over the R5, and he goes down.
I'm seeing Orbits. Look, they're getting all hyped now. They're getting that going. Next thing you know, I'm feeling confident they're gonna make a nice comeback.
And look at the spot that Alex City is in. He is just, I love that spot. That's just a sneaky beaver spot.
What's your thoughts on trackers being allowed?
I'm not a big fan of the trackers. I think they're way OP, especially because you can lay down and strafe side to side with them. So I'm not a fan. I wish they would have banned them, but see, this is exactly what we wanted. We wanted an A-bomb push. Look at Revan. He just spotted somebody, couldn't get a shot off, but he's going to have to come through here and either watch the backside or tarp side, so that you'll have somebody watching the backside, somebody watching tarp.
I like Revan's setup right now. Revan is watching the flank because every team loves of that one person that flanks.
And the flank guy is usually the one that is dangerous. You know, they're the one that can pick up a 2-piece or a 3-piece, totally change the game around. But right now, it's knotted at 3 apiece, 3 players apiece.
I would like to see Josh step it up and show us that what he's actually worth in S&D, because from when I hear all the hype about him, he's a pretty good player in S&D.
He has a lot of hype coming from him. He is a great European player. But right there is Burns off getting the turn on. He does get sat down. And now it's going to be Revan. Revan able to pick them up. I don't know. Somebody started shouting.
TK is getting all wild over there for Egirl Slayers.
Chaos Silencer's over there leaning back in his chair. Look at that grenade. Revan for quarterback. He just threw a touchdown pass right there, as he is 6-3, 1 round away from taking it away from Orbit. Orbit is going to be the team planting. What are they going to do?
If I was them, I've noticed that B is not working out too well for them. I personally would have pushed A right there. But at the same time, Egirl Slayers are kind of expecting the A push, so they're set up on that side a little bit too.
They are set up on that side, and Orbit just doing the same old, same old. They're going to have to come up here with some kills. Vintage, he's 9-6. He's watching the backside, watching the flank. You'll see him push up, look through the middle, make sure he doesn't get taken out. But again, rotating back and forth in that top building, that's what you need to do if you're watching the flank.
I don't know if you noticed, but Vintage missed seeing someone top Geno's. There was someone up there. No, he goes back and sees him.
Did he get the kill there? I couldn't tell.
I don't know. He didn't pick up the kill. Next was down already.
And it looks like he is able to pick up the kill. Let's go ahead, and Revan goes down. Mochila going to be the last one in this 1v2. He's going to have to play defense. No, he gets sat down. Orbit coming back 4-5 now. Orbit is getting really close to making this big comeback.
I like what they're doing. They have that do or die mentality right now, and they're stepping it up.
Yeah, it's Vintage, who is 11-6, who's making a big difference. And Josh, I've said he is a great slayer many times. He's not showing it at 3-9, but with the Vintage going 11-6, it might not matter.
That's right. Probably a couple of Josh's kills are probably taken by Vintage, but it's a team sport.
Exactly. And it's how you move around as a unit, how you position is what makes everything good. This Egirl Slayers team, they're already down 1 player, as well as Josh went down 1 more time to make him 3-10. We're watching next. Who's going to go up? He takes Vintage out. He can't turn. He cannot get the 2-piece. Mochila and Revan going up against Jake and LXT.
This spot right here with the tracker site is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I mean, this is why the tracker is OP in my mind. And right now, let's watch Revan as he gets sat down. So it's going to be Mochila all by himself. He's going to have to be very careful because he knows there's one to his left by the post office. He knows there's probably one in front of him, and it looks like he's looking backside.
I'm waiting for the Orbit kids to get a little too impatient and set up on him. Like, look, one's pushing loading dock on him right now.
And it looks like Mochila might be able to get a kill or 2. He just barely missed him. Oh, he spots 1. They know where he is now. Can he get the 2-piece? No, he cannot get the 2-piece. That's going to give Jake enough time to tie it up. He gets the defusal, and Orbit is back in the game.
What did I say? 5-5 on the edge of your...
Oh, my goodness. And if you're them, you must be pumped. They're not saying much, which shocks me because usually they're talking a lot of stuff. It's showing how intense this matchup actually is.
I personally think also that the Egirl Slayers play off hype too, and I haven't noticed them getting too excited.
No, they were at the beginning, but they've been quieted down. And now that we're going into overtime, Orbit is going to be planting, and it looks like they're going to be going to that B side one more time.
I'm waiting to see if this will work out. Like I said, I think personally they should push A at least once.
Well, it's too late for that unless they make a rotation around. But Vintage, again, watching that backside. He's been picking up all the kills from anybody flanking, it seems like. And when he does move over to this B side, he gets shut down. Josh playing his MTAR made up so much of him. You know, he's such a good slayer. I'm surprised he's having a hard time. But going up against these former pros who are all still really good, I can understand.
I can definitely understand too, and personally I don't think any of them should ever quit playing, but what can you do?
Well, we all wish we could play till we're like 50, right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be I wish I could play. I just stink, but it's okay. I love casting. I'm glad I'm here, able to cast. Burns off, goes down, and it's LXT who's gonna get a kill. So 2 down for the Egirl Slayers, as well as 1 down. It's going to be up to Revan. Can Revan clutch this for his team? If he can, it's going to be big. But he picks 1 out. Let's see. It's a 1v2 situation. Let's see what he can do.
I'm waiting for him to rotate into this post office, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to meet in the middle. And like I said, they do meet in the middle. And Orbit will win that 6-5 and show them why they still want to be in this.
Orbit just coming back, and the momentum has totally changed, guys. This is an intense matchup. Look at Vintage, 13-8. We're going to be going back to Freight to see some blitz. So we will see how these guys can do it. But Orbit just came back. I mean, they were down and fought their way back. And once I thought that that Egirl Slayers had 5, I thought it was done. And I was wrong.
Same.
I was wrong.
The only thing with Freight Blitz, though, is there is a good side and there is a bad side in my eyes. Because bad side, when you're spawning over on lumber side, there's multiple ways to jump over railing, slide in through the back door. A is more of you can control it better.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy how different Freight plays, especially game type to game type. But it looks like we will be going to a quick commercial break. So we will see you in a second.